So you want to start speaking Italian, but that very first conversation feels, well, a little scary, right? You're in the right place. We're going to break it all down, make it super simple, and get you ready to talk.
All right, before we jump in, just a quick heads up. This is a pilot project, kind of an experimental video made by AI, so there might be a few small hiccups here and there. Thanks for being cool about it while we test things out. Okay, let's get right into it. That feeling of having to introduce yourself in a totally new language? Yeah, it can be a bit much. But here's the thing. Most of these first chats follow a really simple, predictable script. We're going to master that script today so you can walk into it with confidence.
First things first, how do you actually ask for someone's name and say your own? This is square one of any introduction, and in Italian it all starts with a pretty cool little verb.
The secret here is the verb chiamarsi. Now, it's called a reflexive verb, which is just a fancy way of saying the action of the verb bounces back to the person doing it. So you don't say, my name is Antonio. You literally say, I call myself Antonio. It's a small twist, but once it clicks, it makes perfect sense.
Let's see how this actually works. To say your name, you'd say, mi chiamo, Antonio. See that little me? That's the myself part. And when you ask someone else, you say, ti chiami, Maria, where ti means yourself. Simple, right? You call yourself something, they call themselves something. That's the logic.
Awesome, you've got the names down, so what's next? Well, the next natural question is always, where are you from? Let's build on what we've learned. For this one, we need the verb essere, which means to be. It's one of the most important verbs you'll ever learn in Italian, used for who you are and where you're from. But, and this is super, super important, you do not use this verb for your age like we do in English. We'll get to that in a minute. So the question is simple. Di dove sei? That sei part means you are. And the answer is just as easy. Sono di Londra, or sono inglese. Sono means I am. It's literally, from where are you? I am from London. Nice and direct.
Okay, we've got names and where we're from. Let's add a little more color to our conversation by talking about age and what we do for work.
Okay, remember I told you not to use to be for your age? This is why. In Italian, you use the verb avere, which means to have. This is probably one of the biggest mental shifts you have to make. You aren't 25 years old, you have 25 years.
And you can see how that plays out here. You ask, quanti anni hai, which literally means, how many years do you have? And the answer follows that exact same pattern. Ho 30 anni, or I have 30 years. Nailing this one will make you sound so much more natural.
So what about your job? For that, we use another workhorse verb, fare. It means to do or to make. You're basically just asking, what work do you do? This verb pops up everywhere in Italian, and this is one of its most common jobs.
All right, hold on. Before we put this all together, we've got to cover something that is absolutely critical in Italian culture. Knowing when to be informal with tu and when to be formal and polite with lei.
Take a look at this table and see if you spot the pattern. Over in the informal to column, you see a lot of verb endings with an I sound. Chiami, sei, I, fai. Now look at the formal lei column. The verbs change, right? They look like you're talking about a he or she. Si chiama, a, fa. Getting this switch right is key to being polite.
So here's the big takeaway. When you're speaking formally, just pretend you're talking about the person, not directly to them. It feels a little weird at first, but it's a sign of respect. And here's a pro tip. If you're ever not sure which one to use, just go with the formal. It's always the safer, more polite option. Okay, enough with the grammar rules. Let's see what this actually sounds like when two people put all these pieces together. I'll read both parts for you so you can hear the flow. So person number one, Marco, kicks it off, nice and casual. Hi, my name's Marco. And you? What's your name?
And Julia replies, nice to meet you, Marco. I'm Julia. I'm from Manchester. See that word piacere? That's your go-to for pleasure or nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm from Rome. How old are you, Julia? He answers her question and asks one of his own. Perfect.
And Julia brings it home. I'm 25. And you, what do you do for work? And just like that, they've had a complete, successful first interaction. It's that simple.
See? Not so bad, was it? You now have all the essential ingredients for your own conversation. So let's put it all in one spot for you. It's your turn.
And here it is, your first conversation cheat sheet. 3 simple statements about you, 3 simple questions for them. Seriously, if you just master these 6 phrases, you are ready. Go ahead and screenshot this, write it down, and start practicing.
So really, the last question is for you. Whether you're a pronto or a pronta, are you ready to speak? You've got the tools, you've got the roadmap. Now you just need to go out there and have that first conversation. In bocca al lupo. Good luck.